So, I'm going to run through a test route in Ipswich. I'm going to talk it through all the way around. So, we've just come past the test centre. And on this roundabout, we're going to take the first exit to the left. Making sure it's clear. Continuing through. So, then we're going to follow it through the industrial estate. Do a full talk through of the entire test from start to finish. So along this road there are a couple of speed humps, just two on this road in fact. On the other road out of here there are a number of them. So checking my mirrors, slowing down to appropriate speed because they're quite vicious over the top. Checking my mirrors for accelerating because I've got a Mercedes GL behind, and sometimes you find people in big off-roaders will just drive straight past you on speed humps if you're in an ordinary car that needs to slow down a bit for them. So speed limit on this is 30. There's another speed hump coming up. Check my mirror, slow down. So there's two speed humps on this road. They've got a yellow post next to them. There's actually a sign as well. They've got a yellow post next to them. So as we come up, we're going to come to a mini roundabout in a minute, where I'm going to turn right. So coming up to this bend, I'd check my mirrors, I'd start slowing down, because I can't see through it. There's a big lorry coming over there, and now I'm going to turn right. So making sure it's clear to the right, you can see across the car park, but again, it's like the other one, vision is limited because of parked cars around the roundabout, just touching the very edge of that roundabout. There's another speed hump here which catch people out quite often, so slowing down for it. And I'm going to go to the third exit. I'm going to use a right signal, using the right lane as well. It's a tricky roundabout this because of the fact that both lanes come round and people don't signal because the exit that's 3 from this one goes to the one that's past this exit. So I've got a lovely gap here, need to pull out reasonably swiftly. As we come around here, you need to follow the road round to the right, but in this lane. And then I'm going to swap to a left signal, although it wasn't overly beneficial to anyone there. There's a cycle lane on the left, which I'll just stay out of. It's got a broken white line. Somebody going into quick fit. Just checking my mirrors, make sure there's nothing coming up behind, and then continuing the road ahead. So obviously on the test you'll get sat nav or following road signs depending on the examiner's choice. They have to do a certain amount of tests for sat nav, certain amount for road signs. Just independent driving should be around 20 minutes of your driving test. You'll get one tell me question and one show me question. So as you come up, see there's a lorry on the left. Again, there's the cycle lane here. Checking my mirrors, slowing down, positioning the car slightly. There's enough space to go past. Don't need to indicate to go around this lorry. So the car ahead, a couple of cars ahead was indicate to go around. It's unnecessary. Could look like you're turning into the junction rather than actually just going around the lorry. So I'm going to turn right here again. This is a test route, so turn in, bring it square into the box, make sure that the road I'm going into is clear. Lovely gap. The guy's flashing me in his van, which of course doesn't mean he's letting me go. Well, it does mean he's letting me go, but you have to make your own mind up on that one. I'm going to turn right here again because it's a test route. Learner coming the other way, making sure the road is clear. He's giving me space to turn in. Got a parked car, checking my mirrors, going around it. Lady with a dog, just making sure we keep clear. And we're going to follow it around. So you can see a lot of people parked on the pavement here. So make sure you're just coming through nice and easy, looking through the corner. You've got to give yourself enough space to stop, essentially. man in the road. He's waiting for us before he opens his door. I'm looking through the gaps. There's nothing coming, so I can proceed through. And continue to look through, making sure there's nothing. Nice and clear, still cars parked up on the pavement. Every time I move the car around on the road, I check my mirrors before I do it. Every time I slow down, I check my mirrors before I do it. And coming round to the end of the road, getting here, check my mirrors, slowing down because of the parked cars on the junction, putting a right signal on, going really slow in case someone turns in on me, and then want to get the car back into the correct side of the road in order that I can pull out. Checking both directions. Really difficult to pull out here because on the right there are cars entirely blocking my view. So I've got it clear to the left, creep out a little bit so I can see, and then continue out and round. Speed up here. Not going quick enough to slow down for it. To the bend. This bend, I'm just going to check my mirrors and lift off a little bit. Again, could be anything. There could be somebody parked on the bend, either side. If there's somebody parked on the other side, then you might find a car coming around the corner quite quickly. So across the test, you'll get asked to pull up on the left. So I shall ask myself, can you pull up on the left, please? So you can see at the minute, there's nowhere really to pull up. It's a junction, it's awkward. So I need to look for somewhere. This is a bit awkward on the brow of the hill, but you can see down here it's nice and clear. So I'm checking mirrors, I've got a van behind me, I'm going to put my signal on to show I'm pulling up. I'm slowing the car down, now I'm bringing it in, coming to a nice stop. Once you've stopped, put the car into neutral or park if it's an automatic, put the handbrake on, and then the examiner will say move off when you're ready. So move off when you're ready. Checking round, blind spot check, there's nobody about at all, so I'm not going to use an indicator because it's completely unnecessary, because there isn't nobody there at all. And then at this set of traffic lights, just coming up to behind this van, we're going to turn right. Very strange set of traffic lights this, so we are actually completely doubling back on ourselves to go over a bridge, which is quite an unusual thing to do. As you can see, the van in front is actually creeping forwards at the red light. He's gone into the bike box and he keeps creeping forwards, trying to preempt the light going. But you need to let him move off first. You can move off. So we're going around to the right. Oh, he is as well. He just couldn't be bothered to signal. So bring it round. Still going to have a little check because you could get something with blue lights coming through. Now they should give way, but you still got to make sure that you can see. And then we're going to go right on this roundabout. Again, mirror check, signal. The road is already widened and splitting. Van in front, who knows? Oh, there we go, they are going right. So now we've got a bit of traffic on this roundabout. A lot of traffic coming from the right. However, it does tend to queue a little bit to the left, so you need to watch out. You also need to watch out for people coming around the roundabout that give you a gap, block off the cars to the right to give you a gap to pull out. So there's a Honda coming around at the minute which is going to block the traffic. However, the traffic is not going quick enough. Now the car on the left was letting this van out, but the car on the right didn't. Now I'm bringing it up. Again, I'm looking for cars coming round or a gap. So the car on my right isn't going to leave a gap. The next one is leaving a gap. So I'm going to creep out, and yeah, we're good. As I come round, checking to my left, putting my signal on, show I'm coming off in the busy traffic. And then this road is a 40 limit. I'm going to pick the pace up. Now in Ipswich, you've got to know what the speed limits are. You've got to look for those signs because some roads are 30s, some are 40s. They can look quite similar. So this road is 40, and if you just drive along at 30 miles an hour, it looks like you don't know what the speed limit is. There's no reason why you drive along this road at 30 miles an hour unless there were adverse weather conditions or the traffic in front was moving slowly. If it's just clear and open, you should just be driving along at 40. And and that indicates obviously to the examiner that you do understand what the speed limit is on the road. So we're coming up to this roundabout, we're going to do a left. So as you come up, I'm checking my mirrors, I'm slowing down, I'm putting a signal now as the road widens and opens up. You can see there's a nice left lane here. Checking the roundabout, I can't go, there's a car coming, and I've got a clear gap behind this car, and then I'm turning right here, so swapping to a right signal. Then I'm going to swap to a left signal, obviously mirror checks each time. And I'm going to follow this up. So you can see, not much happening on this road. Just driving through. Zebra crossing coming up, park van, seagull. So I'm checking my mirrors, slowing down. They've decided to park opposite each other on this road, which is a little awkward. As we come round, more parked cars, checking my mirrors to go round them. Checking my mirrors, bringing it in. And then you can just, well, you can't really see the roundabout sign because it's overgrown. So I'm taking what is actually the second exit, which we've got the Suffolk Showground in between, so I'm going to use the left part of the road with no signal, because I'm going to take the second exit. And it's clear now. I'm bringing it out, checking my left signal because a little bit of traffic around me, and then into a 40 limit. So again, picking the pace up, but obviously the van in front is braking for the vehicle with the trailer. Checking my mirrors to move off again. We've got people walking down the road. It's quite busy today on this section. Often this can be completely empty. Van in front is driving at about 30 miles an hour, so I'm just following him at 30, but keeping an adequate gap. So the road opens up now. Very big wide road this. Used to be a 60 limit obviously, as you can probably tell. Now it's a 40. So we're staying nice and central in this road, 40 miles an hour. As I'm driving down the road, just keeping an eye on my mirrors and know what's coming up behind me. Again, could be something with blue lights. You get an awful lot of training vehicles, blue light training vehicles, because Suffolk and Norfolk Police do driver training around here. So you get Vauxhall insignias sometimes running in convoy doing blue light training. Got bicycles coming up on the right, on the left even, not the right. Very high vis. So checking ahead, it's clear to pull out, checking behind, so I can bring it out. 1.5 metre gap, checking it again to bring it in. It's a nice easy overtake of a bike. Since there's so much space. We're heading into a 60 limit, as you can see. So if you're going to accelerate, check your mirrors, and then start to pick the pace up. However, we are going to turn right, so right turn in, checking my mirrors, putting my signal on, getting into the right turn box. Car behind got very, very, very close to me. And making sure, so I didn't go there because I wanted to make sure the road I'm going into is clear, because it's a little bit of a blind road as you turn into it. And then as you can see, we're going into Nacton Village. Nice and easy through all this. markings on the road. It's a 30 limit, posted 30 limit as well. So obviously if it had no signs but had street lights, it would be a 30 down here, but it's got the 30 marked. So you put it on the pavement there. There's a lady walking in the road, which is on the pavement. She's going to walk in the road when she gets to the end of that bit, and then she crosses over. Keep an eye as we go through the corner. And you may get pulled up on the left through here. You probably will get pulled up on the left through here. So as you come through, again, just easing off through the corners. You can't really see through these corners at all, so you've got to be careful. So let's say we do a pull up on the left. This is a nice easy spot here, so I'm going to check my mirrors, put my signal on, come to a stop here, put it in park, neutral, and then move off when you're ready. So good check around, no one here, it's a good clear spot to stop, pull off again. Nice and straightforward. Got a car parked on the right. Looking ahead through the bend, and just checking my mirrors, easing off a little bit so I can see through, and then continuing. And then I'm going to ask myself to pull up on the left again, so if I can pull up on the left please. Behind. Again, neutral or park, and then ask me to pull off again. Full observations, and move off. So now I'm going to do a right turn. If you're asked to turn right here, check my mirrors, get my signal on. Problem with this parked car here. This is a big triangular junction, so in order to turn right, you need to turn right into this part of it, and then right again once you get to here. Tricky again to pull out because the verges are overgrown, so I'm just creeping a little bit. Let's make sure it's clear on that side. Max speed 20 sign, so that is not a speed limit, just to be clear. However, this bend, I'm not even going to be doing 20 miles an hour. Probably about 10 miles an hour. So they're advisory. They're basically there to just advise that it's a tight bend. And then straight through. So you can see down the dip. It needs to be slowing down a little bit so you can see on the other side. Just reading the road. So it's a tight, twisty little road this is. Maybe going a bit quick through the corner. Carrying on. And then you can see in front, got a national speed limit sign just there. So now I can check my mirrors and pick the pace up a little bit. Not mega quick, but I can definitely pick the pace up. Here I'm just going to check my mirrors and ease off a little bit because I can't quite see through the bend. And remember, there could be someone walking along this road. There's no footpath. It's, you know, rural area with houses and villages. Same with this. I'm checking mirrors. I'm slowing down. You cannot see through this corner. You cannot barrel through at 60 miles an hour. You need to be considering what could be there. Now I've got a little bit of a clear run through here, so I'll pick the pace up a little bit. You can see right the way through into the next right-hand bend. And again here, I'm just checking mirrors, just easing off because I can't see through. The motorbike's just popped out. And it opens up again, so I'll pick the pace up again. So all the way through these roads, you've got to be really reasonable about how you drive the car. You've got to think about what could be coming. So here, checking my mirrors, slowing down. So this bend, if it was completely open and you could see straight through it, you could easily go through it at 60 miles an hour. But you can't see through it. There could be someone walking. And if they're walking, they should be on your side of the road walking towards you if they're going in that direction. There could also be somebody on the other side of the road, which means the car coming around the bend might go onto the wrong side of the road. So here we can go quicker. There's a cyclist at the front somewhere, who are now hidden by the verge. They were there, and there they are. So I'm going to check my mirrors, and I'm going to start gently slowing down. If there is an opportunity to go past, I will. So yeah, lovely clear opportunity. So I'm just going to go round, and then we're coming up to the roundabout and back towards the test centre. So you can see quite busy on this roundabout. We're going straight across. The verges are high here, so it's tricky, but there's a lovely big gap. And we're going to go straight across back towards the test centre. So nothing coming. So quite happy to drive straight into this. Check my mirrors, tap the left signal. Now this road here is a bit odd because it used to be 2 lanes going down here, and then they painted over the lane markings with this black stripe down the middle of the road and painted a cycle lane on the left. However, the cycle lane has basically entirely worn off the road, leaving just one giant lane, which some people think is 2 because of the bit down the middle. You can just about see a bit of cycle lane on the left there. So just sit in the middle of the road as if it's 1 lane. Going straight across this. You've got to be careful of all the debris on the edge of this roundabout because not many people go to the left side of it. And now we're on the run back into the test centre. So straight through the industrial estate. Thankfully they've repaired some of the broken drains in here because this drain in particular, we're just about to go over, was on the verge of collapse. So we passed the Mercedes dealer. We're just rolling down, and then when we get to the end of this road we're going to go left, and then that takes us back to the test centre. And that is a full test route. You can see it's not particularly difficult, and your objective is to drive the car correctly. So throughout the test, drive your car correctly. Just come in, just going to check my mirrors. And this junction, never just fire out of this junction because there's no way you can possibly see until you get to about this point what's coming from the right. Sometimes people just sail straight out of it, and you wouldn't want to do that just at the moment you're coming back to the test centre. And there we go. So a full test route with commentary. And that took, just driving it straight with just a couple of pull-ups, didn't do a manoeuvre on it, just 23 minutes. So you can see once you add a manoeuvre in, a few more pull-ups, it will take, it has to take a minimum of 30 minutes essentially.